occupants falling under the wheels, and screams of pain and panic mingled with the revving engine and splintering wood. All the while, the woman and the boy remained rooted to the spot. The car came to a rest against the metal railing to a staircase that led to more table space in the basement. The engine stalled, and the driver's door pushed open. Shards of glass popped beneath a black boot as a man stood up out of the car. He was tall, of strong build, and dressed all in black, including the balaclava that covered his face. He levelled a black handgun and swept it around the cafe. The commotion stopped in an instant. The only sounds now were shards of glass sliding off the car's bonnet and a terrible moaning from under its front wheels. Someone had to be trapped. The man scanned the interior of the coffee shop. He stopped when he faced the woman, who pulled the young boy close to her. She could almost reach out and touch the car. Her panic increased as she realized she couldn't see the young waitress. She scanned the shop quickly. She found her. She was sat up against the counter on the other side of the shop. Her eyes were open but were motionless, glossy and transfixed. Blood pooled steadily from where she sat. The woman took a quick breath and sucked in the dry dust that now filled the air. The man levelled the gun at the boy. Her head snapped back to the movement as she fought the urge to cough. "You!" It was directed right at her. She pulled the boy around so that he was behind her, and she felt him grip her waist tightly. She jerked her eyes towards the shriek of a second car coming to a hard stop on the street just outside. The car was black and smaller than the one that had crashed into the cafe. There was movement within, maybe 2 more men. She heard doors pulled open. The man stood in front of her, still held her attention. "You!" he shouted again, and gestured with the gun to the car outside. "Get in!" She couldn't move, could summon no response at all. She felt the boy push his head into her lower back. The man now moved the gun to point right into her eyes. She could almost feel it. She stared right back, testing him. She could still hear someone moaning from under the car. Suddenly, the gun went off with a terrific bang. Her eyes slammed shut to the noise, but she heard a thump into the ceiling above her. She felt pieces of debris fall into her hair. "What do you want from me?" she croaked, but managed to stand her ground. "I won't ask you again. Get in the car, now!" She made a decision. She reached down and took a firm hold of the boy's arm and peeled it away. "I've got to go, honey, but I'll be right back, okay?" "No, don't go!" The boy squealed and sprang to her side. She held her arm straight to keep him back. "He comes too!" the man barked. The woman's eyes snapped back to him. She still wasn't moving. "Now, or I shoot one of you and take whoever is left." He stepped towards her. Still she held firm. He lifted his boot and drove the heel into her thigh. The pain was excruciating, and she stumbled backwards, trying her best to stifle a gasp for the boy's sake. The boy held her up. She was grabbed from behind by the shoulders, and feeling suddenly hopeless, she did nothing to resist. She took the boy's hand firmly but gently. "Get in the car. We'll be okay." She managed to hold on to him as she was dragged outside and pushed roughly into the back seat. The armed man followed them in, and the door was slammed shut. It was so cramped she could barely move. She had landed on her side and had to wriggle to get sat back up. Suddenly, the car moved off and she was able to right herself, banging her head on the solid door rim. As she looked out towards the shocked faces of onlookers, she held the boy as close as she could. The car picked up speed, making for the back streets of the city. Chapter 2. Sergeant Shaun Carter stepped out into the bright sunshine. It was not as warm as it had been down among the tall buildings where the air didn't move. Up here, his hair, swept over to one side and held in place by a pinch of product and a layer of sweat, still shuddered gently in the cool breeze that drifted around him. The man was right where the witness had said he would be, stood on the edge.